What is up, Carbonation? Welcome here to another edition of NASCAR Live with NASCAR GOAT, Mr. Dave himself, rocking the stream for the GEICO 500, which, remind everybody real quick, what is the lock today for that?
I think it's at 340 now, or 320. It's one or the other.
So you guys are going to have roughly 3 hours
It's 3 o'clock on FanDuel, but on DraftKings, it's at 320.
We don't pay attention to FanDuel. Those people. Those guys. Those guys over there.
I'm planning on their tournament today, but other than that.
Oh, yeah, we'll take all their money, but yeah. So this is your first time tuning into NASCAR Live. This is how it works in a nutshell. We go through Dave's favorite cash and GPP plays for the top tier salary range, mid tier, and low tier, aka the cheapos. We then hop over to his favorite Monkey Knife Fight play. Make sure that you have monkeyknifefight.online pulled up, because as soon as he says what he likes, you need to lock it in that very second. Monkey Knife Fight changes their numbers and fluctuates their prop options very quickly once Carbonation starts going ham on whatever Dave says. So make sure you plug it in ASAP. And then also same thing after that. PrizePicks.online. He's going to talk about his favorite PrizePicks plays. Make sure you have that pulled up as well. You can have the app pulled up on your phone if you want. And then you watch the live stream on another device or just go back and forth. It's up to you guys. And then at the end, we're going to go with Dave's favorite bets on who he thinks is going to win. People that are near the top of the favorite odds, and then people who are very, very far away from that, but he still thinks they have an outside chance to win. So this is live. So what we ask is if you have any questions, first, make sure you check out the final thoughts and Dave's Drivers to Watch on the website. A lot of the questions that you're thinking about right now, that you're about to type in the chat, those are answered in both of those pieces of content, so check those out first. After you check them out, if you still have a question, type it in the YouTube chat, and we'll answer it momentarily, one at a time. That being said, what I'm going to do real quick here is I'm going to show you what things look like on the website. So if you've never checked out dfskarma.com before, I'm just going to paint a little picture here for you. So this is dfskarma.com. So you go to dfskarma.com, right here on the homepage. That's where you see Dave's NASCAR final thoughts, and then right below that, the Dave's Drivers to Watch. These are two of his articles. Dave's Drivers to Watch is free viewing. Anybody can look at that. The final thoughts are now part of the premium package for NASCAR. You can also find both of these if you go to the NASCAR drop-down menu, go to NASCAR articles. And if you're like, well, what do you mean premium package? I didn't know you guys offer such a fantastic opportunity. Well, let me show you how to find that. Click subscriptions in the top bar here. It's also the same if you're using a mobile device in the drop-down menu. And you'll see all of what we offer to help your bankroll grow at an expedited rate. Boom. NASCAR core plays and props right here in the bottom left. Only $10. And that is not per race. That is for the week. So that includes Xfinity. That includes the Cup Series like the GEICO 500 today. And then also includes trucks as well. Core plays and props for all that jazz. NASCAR's also included the MVP as well if you like to dabble in all of the sports across the board. But let's go back here to Dave. There he is.
Kind of remind me of like when you're getting on a roller coaster and being told what to do.
Please keep your hands inside. Keep the bar button first running. I gotta go over all the logistics, all the need to know important information.
That's why we have you on hosting the podcast. So.
That's why Dave's always like, "Can we have you on the podcast? Can you host this? Yeah, for the fluff. Do it for the fluff." But yeah, so let's go and get things started here with this particular race, this GEICO 500. What strategy-wise should the viewers need to know?
I'd say read my article, but I've already had like multiple questions in Discord that basically are answered in the article, so I'll just go over
the article, people. It's free to view.
Basically, it's a super speedway race. I love these races. They're so much fun to watch. There's so much edge when it comes to DFS and these super speedways. That I know anyone who played Xfinity, it's like, oh my gosh, these guys were like 60, 70, 80% owned. Well, yeah, I mean, the fish, the newbies, these new players that are dying to play DFS are not playing Xfinity. So that's why you're not going to see it today. You'll see where the percentages are a lot different than they were yesterday. We're playing for floor. I'd love to say I could tell you what's going to happen today. I would be lying to you if I said, oh, yeah, this is who's going to win. This is going to finish in the top 5. And nobody knows. There's no way to determine these things. So you're playing a safe floor lineup when it comes to cash, and then you're mixing in some of these guys in like the top 20, the top 15 in your GPPs, trying to hit one of those. Like I said, this is all about floor today. I preach floor a lot in cash games. I'm preaching it even more today. The other thing, you have to get over it. I know it's hard for some people. but you're going to leave thousands of dollars left in your lineup. Do not use your salary up. If you use your salary up, you're doing it wrong, and I will head-to-head you in anything you play because you're going to lose.
If you're using all your salary, send Dave a DM on Twitter,
Yes.
and let him know your DraftKings
You're going
username.
to lose because you're doing it wrong there, especially, and sometimes maybe you could get away with it when, like, we do regular qualifying. You have like two guys have a horrible, qualifying effort, and you got two of the top guys in there, and you could get close to like 1,000 or something like that. But there's no reason today with the random draw and whatnot, where all the top guys are near the top. Christopher Bell's the only one that's I think in the top 5 of racing on DraftKings. So, but that, like I said, pricing doesn't matter, salary doesn't matter. Leave a bunch of money on the table and be okay with it. Trust me. Yesterday in Xfinity, in my cash lineup, I had 4 guys crash out. I still cashed everything. Because I had the floor. So I had 2 guys finish the race, and I still cashed in my cash games. So, just trust the process.
All right, reading through some comments here. Melissa says, "Welcome to the Blow Your Bankroll Blow Your Bankroll
she was in
broadcast."
Discord, I think, and that's what Ethan said. It's like, I think she said, "So is this one where you save your bankroll or blow your bankroll?" And Ethan's like, "Oh, put it all in."
Ryder says, "What kind of hat is the guy on the left wearing?" I guess I'm on the left. This is Magic Gaming. One of my partners here at Magic Gaming is an NBA 2K league, and I'm sure our boy Nick D knows all about them. Let's see. OS says, "Is $400 cash too little to leave on the table?" I'm gonna guess that's a yes based on your previous comment, but go ahead and answer.
I think I just answered that. My cash lineup. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I left on the table, but it's more than 5,000 that's left on the table.
More than 5,000. Nice.
More than 5,000. It's not close. It's not like 5,100 or something. So don't go like, "Hey, I wonder what I could do to get to that." No, I'm not telling you exactly.
5,000 exactly.
But it's more than that. So.
Patricia says, "Leave some money on the table today." Yeah. Ryder says, "If Elliott wins the race tonight, Dave owes me a dinner date."
Yeah, whatever. I know who that is.
All right, so let's go ahead to the top tier range. Salary wise, top tier. Who's your favorite cash play?
Yeah, we're gonna go with Christopher Bell. Normally, this guy's not priced up here in the top tier range. However, he's DraftKings has been waiting to put out the salaries till after the random draw, and Christopher Bell starts 35th today. He's the only thing that kind of scares me with Christopher Bell today is that he's probably going to move forward during the race. I love when my guys sit back. When they sit in the back and they just ride around and they let everything, all the carnage and everything like that happen in front of them, then they move forward. So there is a little risk with Christopher Bell today. I think he's going to mix it up, but with the floor that he provides, it's I think it's worth the risk in cash.
All right, yeah, guys, keep those questions coming in. Doesn't matter if they're based DraftKings questions, FanDuel questions, Monkey Knife Fight, Prize Picks, or betting questions, or anything else under the sun for the GEICO 500. Just ask those questions in YouTube, and we'll get to them one at a time. But let's move things on to the GPP for the top tier.
Mm-hmm. I think this will, if anyone in Discord's listening and whoever was asking me about all these Logano and cash questions, this might actually help you out here. Joey Logano's my tournament pick today. Yeah, he starts 9th, so he doesn't have a great floor. If you look back in the history on some of these lineups in Talladega, especially, you need like 1 or 2 of these guys in the top 15 in your lineup to hit a GPP, along with those place differential options in your lineup. So I think Joey, he's 4 top 5s and finishes in the last 5 races here. So he somehow knows how to avoid all the carnage, even if he's starting near the front. So I think Joey's a decent play today. And like I said, you're not worrying about salary, so you can play anyone you want. I'm just telling you, be careful. And honestly, I wouldn't blame you to not play anyone in the top 5. So.
Patricia says, "Do you need to have a dominator today?"
There is no such thing as a dominator at super speedways because all the laps led are pretty much spread through the field. And there's a new package today that they're putting in after the Newman incident in Daytona. It's supposed to slow them down a little bit and and do a couple other things. I don't think it's really going to affect much of the racing. I think it'd probably be a boring first stage. It'll probably be pretty, single file maybe even, and everyone's gonna start freaking out. But fastest laps come through the field, so there's really no dominator for this race.
Nick S says, GPP wise, do we need anybody above 10K for making 20 entries?
Look at pricing. I don't even look at pricing during Super Speedway week because it never matters to me. But let me look. Oh, for GPPs, yeah, Joey just said Joey Logano. I mean, I think all three of those guys are playable in GPPs. There's three guys, Joey, Chase, and Blaney. I think all three of those guys are playable in GPPs.
With a 20 limit on lineups.
Yeah,
20 lineup limit.
Pop one in each one. Don't put two in the same, and only use one in each lineup. If you want to win the GP, I'm assuming you're getting the GP to win it. If you're getting in the GP just to increase your bankroll, play it safe, play more of the floor options. But if you're trying to win it, pop each one of those guys in one of them. So.
All right, moving things on to the mid-tier range. Who's your favorite cash play?
Yep, cash play. He's a cover of my Dave's Drivers to Watch. I love this guy. He's every normal man's hero. It's Brendan Gaughan.
Normal man's hero.
Yeah,
I like that description.
Yep.
If you're not a normal man, he's not your hero.
Have you seen it? Have you seen how he looks? He's like an overweight. I think he's in his mid-40s. He's an everyday kind of guy. He only races the super speedways. I say he's an everyday kind of guy, but his family owns South Point Casino, so I guess technically he's not like an everyday kind of guy. But Brendan only races the super speedways. If you remember last year, this race in the fall, Brendan was competing for the lead, and he actually flipped on the backstretch and landed on his tires. So it was a pretty cool, video there for that. But he's kind of like a super speedway ringer. He's starts 39th, with this random draw stuff since he hasn't been racing every race. He gets put in. We knew he was going to start between 37th and 40th today, and he starts 39th, so his floor is great. I'm overweight on Gaughan. I broke my percentage rule when I max tournaments out. I at Talladega, I tend to only go 45%. I broke my rule for Brendan today, and I went 55%. I just love Brendan Gaughan in every format today.
All right, let's see. James says, I know you didn't mention Galding, but he snuck into a top 10 yesterday in the Xfinity race. Aaron G says, do you like Ty Dillon?
Okay. Galding is fine for GPPs. I'm not going to use him in my cash lineup. I think he starts 27th. So I don't mind him in GPPs. He's fine. Ty Dillon, I love Ty Dillon today. Ty starts 31st. I wrote him up in my article. I'm trying to see what I know. His finishes in the top 20. He's a consistent finisher here. He tends to ride in the back, which is what I love of my drivers. Let me tell you this: if you're winning money at the beginning of the race, you're probably losing money at the end of the race. So that's why you just don't look at your DraftKings lineup. Don't look at DraftKings till the end of the race. It ain't worth it. Trust me.
You're not going to deter people from just refreshing.
I know, and honestly, I'm not going to follow the rule either. So, my wife has to work tonight, so I'll be home watching the race. We got to go to my dad's here in about an hour, but for Father's Day, and but yeah, I'll probably look, but just know that everything changes lap to lap, especially near the end of the race. You saw it if you watched the Xfinity race yesterday. You saw what can happen right away. Boom, they're all running a single file line. Everything looks good. Then all of a sudden, who was it? Was it AJ Allmendinger knocked into somebody, and boom, chaos occurred. So.
Travis Duarte says, blah 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 blah. What are your thoughts on Eric Jones' FanDuel GPP?
I don't mind Eric Jones today on FanDuel. I don't mind him on DK either. If I'm going to be honest with you, GPP only starts 18th. He's either going to wreck or he's going to finish probably in the top 10. So just know that going in that it's his track history here. I think he's raced here 6 times in his Cup career. He's wrecked out in 4 times, and I think he's had like a 19th and a 10th place finish or something like that.
I think we're on mid-tier GPP. Is that where we left off? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse. I love Ricky. I'm a little overexposed to Ricky Stenhouse than I normally would be in a normal race weekend because he has good track history here. It's not like you'd be amazed when a guy that's got like a nickname called Ricky Stenhouse. That if you look at his history here at Talladega, he actually does really good. If you take the last 7 races here, he's finished in the top 10 5 of those times, including a win back in 2017. The other 2 times he's been involved in an accident, but he's led laps here. 5 of those 7 races, actually 6 of those 7 races. So Ricky Stenhouse is a quality tournament play. Plus he starts 20th, so he wrecks out. As long as he takes out some of the field with the wreck, the floor is still going to be pretty better than some of these guys that are starting up in the teens and in the top 10.
Gotcha. Bowdy says, is Suarez or Hill better for FanDuel cash?
Suarez.
Easy enough. Cheapo range time. Who's your favorite cash play? Favorito cash play. I don't know what cash play was in Spanish, but I know favorite was. Continue.
Isn't cash dinero?
I think
or that
that's
money.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to my Spanish is rusty.
Green. That's all that matters to me. Ryan Preece. I love Ryan Preece today. Last year, he was in his rookie season, he finished. Let's find him real quick. I'll get you the exact numbers. Oh, there it is. He finished 3rd in the spring race, which this is technically the spring race. It was supposed to happen, but due to COVID, it got postponed until now. And he also finished 18th in the fall. Starts 33rd, 31st. Getting drivers confused right now. And so he's got a great floor. Starts 31st. He's got a great floor. He does tend to ride around in the back here. At least he did last year. So hopefully he keeps that strategy going. He's a safe play. He's got upside. At least with him, we know that he's got the ability to move up if the opportunity presents itself. Whereas some of these guys like Garrett Smithley, who's starting last, he's basically going to ride around in the back and hope that something happens. Whereas Priest has the ability to drive up through the pack and get the top 20 finish.
I just had to pull up Google Translate because it was driving me crazy. I did take like tons and tons of Spanish, and I couldn't remember how to say it. So, according to Google Translate, it's Juego de Efectivo Favorito. But that being said, let's go to your favorite GPP cash play. Or no, favorite GPP play. Oh my gosh. One of those days. Happy Father's Day. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Corey LaJoie. I'm going to go with Corey. You could go with Ryan Newman or Austin Dillon or anything like that. I think I'm going to touch on Ryan Newman here in a minute too. But Corey LaJoie, I think, is probably a solid cash or GPP. Yeah, now you got me saying it, Travis. A solid GPP play on DraftKings. He starts 25th. He has great history here since he's actually great history on super speedway since he got in the 32 car. Does a strategy, rides around, moves up near the end. He was involved in that accident in Daytona with Ryan Newman. And like I said, I was going to touch on Ryan Newman here too. Newman, this is his first super speedway race after that accident in Daytona. I don't think that affects him if anyone's worried about that. But Ryan is also a great super speedway racer as well. And he will be there at the end. He drops to the back and will, he's one of those GPP plays in that top 15 that could possibly be on the winning lineup today when it's all said and done.
Grady wants to know if you know what TV channel the Talladega race is on.
It's going to be either Fox or FS1. I don't know. I haven't looked.
One of the Fox family channels.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those two.
Let's move on now to Monkey Knife Fight. So this is the part where I recommend that if you have an account yet, or if you don't have an account yet, sign up for it ASAP because you're going to want to plug this play in as soon as he says it. If you do have an account, same thing. Make sure it's pulled up. You're going to want to plug this in ASAP. These numbers, these options change very, very quickly.
Keep fluffing. I'm still loading.
Keep fluffing. So I'm pulling it up right now. So if this is your first time tuning in and you're like, I don't know what Monkey Knife Fight is, monkeyknifefight.online. Sign up real quick. Deposit using promo code KARMAS. You get a free 100% deposit bonus match up to $50. I'm trying to go real quick to the racing. All right, so I'm going to pull it up here real quick. So we're simply trying to find drivers for today's race that have certain fantasy point scoring numbers associated to them. They want to go over, under, or say this person's going to get more than this person. So we'll explain that in a second while we pull it up here. So
I'm
Dave,
good.
go
I'm
ahead.
good now. I have it up. All right, going to 3 of 4, just a more or less 3 of 4.
More or less 3-4.
So
I have
full
Elliott,
disclosure.
Logano, Truex, and Blaney.
Yeah, these numbers are low for a reason because we've been hitting them for like days. So I've got props. I've got props that have like 18.5 for this. So so we got Chase Elliott, Logano, Truex, and Blaney. I'm gonna hit the less on all 4 of them. 3 of 4. The odds say that some of these guys are gonna wreck out. The odds say that some of these guys aren't gonna finish in the top 8. You know, because I think 8th is what you need. Let's see, 13.5. No, top 7. So, 4 of these guys making it through all the wrecks and finishing in the top 7 is very highly unlikely. So I'm gonna hit less on all 4 of those, and go from there. Like I said, you're basically playing an odds game here. I can't tell you if they're going to make it. I can't. If they get through all the wrecks, there's a good chance that Logano could win this race. But definitely take the odds there and go less on them all.
All right, so this is a 3-4 contest. It's a 2.5x return of investment. 3-4 means if one of these go over and only one or less go over, then you still hit. So, Logano can go over since he's been talking up Logano for GPPs. The other 3 can go under, and you'll still win. 2.5x. So if you do $50 here of your bankroll, you win that prize right there. Boom, math, $125. And this is what it would look like. You just click submit here at the bottom, and that puts it in. So do that ASAP before these numbers change and get any lower, because Karma Nation goes ham on Monkey Knife Fight. So I wouldn't be shocked that in 30 seconds from now, these are all like 10s across the board.
I'm hitting the 2 of 3 right now too.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and move over now to PrizePicks.online. So they have a very similar structure, except for you get to pick which drivers are in your contest. They don't just say, pick from these. They give you all of the drivers across the board. Well, not all of the drivers in the race, but you get to pick and choose what you want. So let's go ahead over here to PrizePicks.online. Go over to the NASCAR options. What are you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR.
Same thing like I said before, and I always say it because I give out my prop picks prior to the pod, so we end up moving the numbers. But today I'm good with like Clint Boyer under 27, Alex Bowman under 25.5, and Martin Truex under 25. You could also do Kevin Harvick under 28.5 too.
So the first 3 here that he mentioned, Truex under, Bowman under, and Boyer under. So what we're trying to do here, of course, is have all of these 3 drivers score under what their this fantasy point number that's associated to them. Now, what Dave always does with pretty much all NASCAR things is he does the flex play and not the power play. The difference real quick, it's listed right here. Power play, all 3 of them have to go under for you to win. If one of them misses, you get $0. You lose your buy-in. If flex play, if one of them misses, you can still make a profit. I believe, what's the cap on a 3-pick right now? $200. So the flex play, if all 3 of them hit, you can turn 200 into 450. If just one of them misses, then you still get a little bit of profit. Like I said, it's 1.25x. This is PrizePicks.online. If you have not signed up yet, sign up. They're in a lot of the states, most states right now, I believe. Use promo code KARMA. Not only do you get a 25% deposit match on up to $4,000, but you also get a free 2-pick to win 50. And what that means is, once you sign up today, you can do, Bowman under 25.5, Boyer under 27. If both of them go under, you're not using any of your bankroll in this free play. You'll just win $50 just for so yeah, just a free play, win $50. Pretty much what it is. So that being said, make sure you plug those in because those numbers change quickly. As Dave has been saying, Karma Nation is very heavy. We move numbers very quickly. As soon as Dave drops something in the premium NASCAR Discord channel that's only a part of NASCAR Core Plays and Props package and the MVP package, as soon as he drops something, Karma Nation goes crazy. We move the numbers, so you need to get them in ASAP, whether it's on the podcast here or when he drops them in the Discord chat. That being said, let's move things on to the last segment of this, the betting side of it. Let me look at the questions real quick. Daniel says, would you pair Logano and Blaney or Logano and Keselowski for a FanDuel GPP?
I mean, I guess if you want to pair them, you can. I don't know if I'm doing that, but...
Well, which pair, though? Logano and Blaney or Logano and Keselowski is his question.
I guess Blaney because he's got more floor, but Keselowski tends to wreck here, or he wins, or basically how he is.
A wreck or win.
He's just a very aggressive blocker, so he tends to cause wrecks by blocking. So,
gotcha. All right, so let's move on to the last portion. Who do you believe is going to win this race, and what are their odds?
All right. So I'll give you three guys. I'll give you because the odds are. I mean, let's say I'm not picking Chase Elliott, but he's the top odds guy at 7-1. So the top 5 BS thing that you make me do, I'm throwing that out today. So Joey Logano, he's 9-1. I like Eric Almirola at 20-1.
UCF,
and then because it's a super speedway and I only get to pick him 4 times a year, Brendan Gaughan at 80-1.
I'm ready to turn that into a clip once he wins. That'll be sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that pretty much wraps up the NASCAR Live pod here. If you win with any of the content dropped on this live stream, with any of the content from his Dave Drivers Will Watch, the free article on the website, or the Final Thoughts cheat sheet, or his core plays, which those last bits, they're all part of the premium package. To make sure that you throw those screenshots either in Discord, if you're in the Discord, or up on Twitter and tag the home account at DFS_karma. I want to pull up real quick again where to find everything on the website. So this is dfskarma.com. If you want all the premium stuff under the sun for NASCAR, right here in the bottom left, NASCAR Core Plays and Props is what you want. But if you're also playing PGA, MMA, KBO, soccer, esports, everything else that's going on right now, the MVP includes all of those packages. Now, if you want the articles, you can either go to the home menu or go to NASCAR drop-down menu, click on NASCAR articles, and that's where you're going to find both pieces of content for today's GEICO 500. The Final Thought, which is more like a cheat sheet, and then, well, that was weird. The Final Thought's more like a cheat sheet, and then also the Dave Drivers Watch, which is his written article format. But we appreciate everybody tuning in here for NASCAR Live. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't yet already, and we'll see you guys in the winning circle. Thanks for tuning in, guys.